suppose I don't always have to talk as much on videos, but it's been so smoking hot here. And what you're seeing is C4 artifacts after 4 years. That's a good point, isn't it? Which is what this is, and what all these are. With perfect lighting. Taking a minute there as I shoot around here. We slide into here. I have a little thing I measure my rain with. So eastern North Carolina, if you're wondering what it's made up of, rhyolite and quartz. Majority rhyolite, actually brought in here from some distance towards the mountains. Uwahari Mountains is where all this rhyolite comes from. Big pieces as well as small, quartz as well as tall. I don't even add it to this that much anymore. A bunch of good fellas out there just to get it into their hands. You can see it works all the way around the pond. But I turned this on today with this in mind. I have this now accumulated. Somebody made a shout out and said, what of your hammerstones? Right here, this group you're looking at first, I'm not going to pick these up, are unbelievable hammerstones, but these are all ready to get out of here. Definitely. Some nice stuff. Just look. Incredible pieces. So you strike up a conversation with me, or you want to handle some of the postage and handling, these hammerstones are yours. There's a bunch. But these have been a pile of 15 to 20 that are my stellar complimentary pile out here. Excuse me, I'm just trying to take care of some of the stuff here. And I figured it's a beautiful evening. Look at this. The pond surrounded with some good stuff. You see it from this angle. Good materials. Gotta love the work rhyolite. Most of the time I don't put any points that are less than a half a point out here. Unless it's a really great little base or something. You can see it sneaking around down in here. The gnats are bothering me, but I'm trying to ignore them. But anyway, I really wanted to do this for this. Take a little bit extra time for these. And I will handle these. These are, and this is one I just found the other day. Awesome tools. And they will speak for themselves. Found this at Mecca just the other day. For those of you who are craftsmen, and I know a lot of you out there that are just exemplary craftsmen, these hammerstones will always speak to you. Incredible stones. I mean, look at that thing. Look at the specific wear patterns on that. This came from Crystal Beach right here. Just good stones. And we've seen them before. Really interesting stuff like this little one. Completely worked. Great stuff. This one came from Midpoint, Site 4. This is just a great piece. I'm hoping this light's doing justice for it. You wouldn't even believe how many gnats I have on my head and my ears. Some things you can conquer with your mind, especially if they don't bite, right? Then pieces like this. I know I found this at the basin. Look at this tool. Every tool individual. Used by an individual for specific, yeah, it is translucent. Unbelievable tools. That's all I can say. I mean, we love these points and arrowheads and what have you, but they're not possible without these kind of tools, and they were using them. I mean, from those down there waiting for a good home to these here that are in my display quality stuff. Unbelievable pieces. telltale when you find them. Telltale pieces. I mean, up to the big stuff. Look at the size of this thing. Didn't do much on that end from Notchville. Didn't do a whole lot on that, although the sides worked off plenty. This front is completely worked off. I don't know if it's working on my focus here. That's worked off on the side, and this is just all these crescent moons on the front and the back. Look at that. That spot on the front is just completely worked off. That's a tool for you. Recent tool. Crystal Beach tool. Smoky quartz. Telltale. What do these stones do? What do they say? Each and individual, the story is there. As Rob once told a story to a friend of his, he said that didn't get arrowheads, didn't understand the artifacts, and he said, well, every piece has its particular and specific story. Same with these. I mean, these were held and cherished way longer than a point or an arrowhead. I mean, look at this, a strawberry quartz, orange quartz, hammerstone. The whole edge. Of course, it's got a little algae out here. The whole edge is just worked right off. Great stuff. This biscuit has been seen. Somebody said it was a discoloid, and it could have been, but I mean, it is worked. They might have worked it off the edge for that purpose. I don't know. All I know, it's a sweet artifact. A lot of great stuff out here. Some really great basic stuff. You can see how they all fit in the hand and they carry a certain weight. I figured I'd come and listen to the crickets and grasshoppers out here. Are they out here? Well, yeah. They sure are. He don't care about me too much. Anyway, we've seen a lot of this, but they're just unbelievable, the very virtue of these stones. If I can get a focus that doesn't do it automatically for me, I don't know why. This piece is just worked right off the bottom. I'm just fascinated at the really smooth, complete working edge on these rocks. And you see them in the background. You can see why these are just real places. And look at this one, particularly unique. I found it at Mecca. It is worked all over. It is not the telltale shape, but it is completely worked all over this piece of stone. The back side has just a little indentation. The only places that aren't worked are these places. Complete core rock right there. It's like they had their thumb right there and they were just going to it. This piece here, not worked right there. See those two pieces? The only places not worked. I don't know if you can see that. Well, as I get going here, I just show you some more incredible specimens like this piece. Check this edge out. Now this is a stone workshop just to show you specifically Eastern North Carolina's best hammerstones. And I might be biased. Best that I've found, and I've given plenty away. Look at the surface on this thing. Crazy. Particularly awesome piece here. No accidents about these stones. They were working stones. Look at this piece. Look at this. Many of these have been seen, but it's worth it with the good lighting and the good sound out here. I can't even believe it hadn't been disappeared yet or hadn't been interrupted. Round stuff. But look at these two pieces right here. These two are my favorite of all favorites. And there's a piece of here again that has the core rock. These two, unbelievable pieces. B&B field. You can see what I mean by hammerstones. You can see the size and the weight in my hand, as somebody must have just had that as their tool. I'm going to tell you what, just had it as their tool. Unbelievable specimens in my mind, just blows me away. And I do keep some that are not perfectly round. I mean, look at this. This was found at Stone Cap, and it was just so used. And I know the points that come from there. I could tell it was somebody's tool, and this is wicked hard, and they just worked that off, worked the tip off, worked that end off, and because I could just really feel that tool, I kept it. Of course, we saw this awesome piece here, and then this piece to finish it. Unbelievable piece. I mean, this is the core rock. You can see where they just took the sheen right off the rock on both sides. Take a look at it. Sound of summer out there, isn't it? Summer evening. So, if you don't care for hammerstones or don't like rocks, I know you won't watch it, but if you do, this one will fill your appetite with hammerstones. The best Eastern North Carolina has to offer, I believe. Now, I could find some more great ones and they'll come to this collection, but I mean, just that and then this blow my mind. So, all in all, I could say I appreciate you tuning in to Indian Trace, and without a doubt, that right there, that's Indian Trace.